Can your E2 investment eventually lead to permanent residency in the United States? There may be some options. I'm immigration attorney Christopher Gaston at the Gaston Law Firm in Stuart, Florida. One of the questions that clients frequently ask me is, can my E2 investment eventually lead to permanent residency? And there's two major ways that can happen. One is through reinvestment. So the E2 investor visa requires a substantial investment, but there's no minimum investment. So the individual can start out with a investment that's sufficient to establish or purchase the business, purchase the interest in the business, and they can reinvest in the business and eventually pursue residency through a program called EB-5, which is an investor visa program that does lead to permanent residency. There are minimum requirements for investment and job creation for the EB-5 process. So an individual starting off with an E2 visa may not initially meet those minimum investment requirements or those job creation requirements, but over time, in growing the business, that can be a way that E2 investor visa can grow into an EB-5 visa, and that process can be a route to lawful permanent residency. Another option is for international entrepreneurs. So some individuals will have a business or an enterprise outside of the United States, and when they come into the United States, they're going to continue running that enterprise, but they're also going to open a similar or connected enterprise here in the United States. Now, oftentimes the visa for this process is an L visa, but many people use the E2 as another way to get this U.S. business to be connected to the foreign business. And at some point, there may be a way to transfer the investor as an executive or manager from the foreign business to the U.S. business, thus creating grounds for a process which is the EB-1C visa for international or multinational executives or managers. So that can also lead to permanent residency. So there's at least two ways to do that. There may be more, and if you have questions about your E2 visa eventually creating an opportunity for you and your family to obtain permanent residency in the United States, I encourage you to contact my team at the Gaston Law Firm. You can reach us at 772-219-0101, or you can find us on the web at www.gastonlawfirm.com. At the Gaston Law Firm, we are building American futures.